Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I'll be showing you an extremely low risk, high reward MACD strategy, which you can start using today to make profits. This strategy has high profitability and is absolutely amazing. This can be used on stocks, Forex, crypto, whatever it is that you like to trade. This is a scalping strategy on the 5-minute chart. You don't want to skip ahead because I'm going to make important points throughout the entire video. However, before we begin, if you're interested in having these trades automatically taken for you, head over to investabot.ai where you will be able to log in, sign up, deposit anywhere from $1 to $100 and take advantage of our strategies that are bringing us in money day after day while we are sitting back on autopilot and letting our portfolios grow for us. So if this is something that you're interested in, if you don't even want to watch this video, you can head over to investabot.ai using the link in the description below and take advantage of this today. So let's get back to this amazing strategy. So first indicator that we'll be using, you guessed it, it's going to be the MACD. So we're going to go, and this is on trading, you guys. So going to go to MACD. It's actually the moving average convergence, divergence. That's what the MACD is, right? So we're going to click on that, ignore that for a second. And what we're going to be looking at is the chart here with the MACD on it. And now the MACD gives profitable signals on its own, but it also flashes false signals. So there's two conditions that need to be met if we're only trading with the MACD signals, right? So what we need is we need the blue line to cross over the yellow line. And at the same time, we need these histogram bars to change green or red, depending on if we're taking a long or a short. However, these false signals have the ability to be diminished, right? And we're going to make some changes. So with the changes, I'll show you shortly. I'll filter out these false signals, bring the strategy up to 100%, and it's just going to be freaking awesome. So this is a perfect example of the MACD on the 5-minute chart, right? So we had the crossover, the blue crossing down the yellow or orange. And we also had the histogram tick red, right? So if you would have market sold there, you actually would have made an extremely profitable trade here. As you can see, Bitcoin and crypto actually just took a dump recently. Let's take a look at some other examples, right? So this would have been an actually really good short here as well. You could see 2 in a row that this right here alone is pretty profitable when you actually get a trend going. When this is going sideways, typically it's not the greatest, but you still get profitable trades, right? So this sideways action, you can see crosses here, you can see crosses there. There's nothing really amazing to long or short here, but when you actually get a move, right? When you get the market structure to change, you get a high, a lower, higher low, a higher high, right? That's when you kind of get a decent trade that you could have gotten into. So, you would have gotten in here potentially, or bought here, stop loss below here for another decent trade. But there are, false signals like this one right here. You could see here clearly that there was, the cross up, the histogram turned green. If you would have market bought, you would have immediately gotten stopped out on a long there. So that's something that we want to reduce. We want those false signals to be taken out of. So how we're going to do that is we're going to add another indicator here to help with the false signals. And guys, again, if you guys don't want to deal with any of this learning, again, head over to investabot.ai. The gains that we're making is absolutely insane. Over the past 3 years, this has gone up 1,400%. If you guys know exactly how much that is, that's 147x. If you're going to only put in $100, 147 times 100, just for your knowledge, is $14,000, right? You're putting in $100 to make $14,000. I haven't seen anything better than this service that's out there available for you right now. So take advantage of that. Link in the description below, link in the comments below. So what is what is the other indicator that we're going to be looking at? It's going to be the Williams R indicator. Williams percentage R by Stewart. I think that's how you pronounce it. And we're going to change up the style here a little bit just to make it a little bit nicer. You're going to click on settings and the style, right? We're going to change the upper band, have that be solid, right? It's going to be cool. And that's pretty much it. So we'll leave it at that. Now with this indicator, we do fix some false signals like the ones that I was showing you earlier on the MACD, and later we're going to show you another indicator to add to make this actually 100%. This is amazing, amazing profitability. You guys want to take advantage of this. So the rules on this, right? So every time basically the blue line crosses the yellow line, it equals a buy or a sell signal. And then when the blue line and the yellow line cross over this line here, the top line or the bottom line, that's when the buy or sell signal ends up being valid. But also we need confluence with the MACD before we get in, right? So although, this is an added indicator and it helps out, you'll see that there are still some false signals. But again, we'll fix this by adding one more indicator shortly. Let me just show you some examples of how this works together here. Let's see if I can pull this down here so you can see clearly, right? So you can see there's a trend here. You can see there's some decent volatility, right? And what you see here is you see the MACD crossing to the downside. You see the yellow line crossing down to the blue side, and the blue line's already, below the top line here. So you have all your confluences there, right? So you'd be getting in somewhere around here, stop loss above this, and for a nice 1.5 or 2-to-1 ratio, right? Whatever you're more comfortable with. So let's go with some more examples. One thing that I'm also going to say is when you see the price action going sideways like this, when you see the MACD intertwining like this with no real trend direction, same thing. When you see the Williams percentage indicator lines just like going sideways in and out, zigzagging like this, you want to take a step back from the market. You don't want to be trading this price action because it's just choppy. It's really easy for you to get chopped up, especially if you don't know exactly what you're doing. But again, you don't need to know what you're doing. If you go over, take advantage of investabot.ai. You guys don't want to miss out on those gains while you're sleeping. It's all about passive income. And I just want you guys to win just like I'm winning every single day. So let's go with one more example here. What we have is the long. We're going to be looking for a long, right? Because, this is an uptrend, right? High, higher, low. So that's a higher high up here. And so you can see that everything comes together, right? So you have the cross up, the yellow line above the blue line. You have the blue line, which is, above the white line, right? And you have the MACD cross as well as the histogram turning green. So that's our sign for the long. So it would be upon this candle here, right? And you can see that you pretty much get in like at the bottom here, right? I would put my stop loss below these lows here. And right away, it's like a nice 3-to-1. If you end up holding on to this, I mean, obviously you're making even more. It's like a 7-to-1, depending on how long you held this or if you took profits right away. You guys can take profits depending on where your targets are. But again, if you guys go over to investabot.ai, all the targets will be taken care of for you. Stop loss is taken care of for you. You guys don't have to do any thinking whatsoever. So I want you guys to take advantage of that. So now what's the last indicator that we're looking at, right? So when both, so the last indicator, right, that we're gonna be adding is just an EMA. So we're gonna go over to exponential moving average. That's it right there. We're going to change the settings to this. I want to change the style. I want to make it a little bit thicker and I want it to stand out a little bit more. And then the length is going to be 50. So we're going to do that, right? Leave everything. Source is going to be closed. Everything else is going to be the same. And basically super simple, right? This is the last signal that we need. And basically whenever price crosses that EMA and there's like a slope to it, it confirms our third condition. So there's 3 conditions that we're looking at in order to get into a long or a short. And I see already our conditions being met right here. So let's take a deep look into this. So you see that price is crossing over the 50 EMA. You see that the blue MACD line is crossing above the orange line, and then you see the histogram turning green. You also see these volume spikes coming in, which is another bullish case for you to hop into along. You also have the yellow line crossing above the blue line, right? That's everything that we're looking for. You pretty much nail the Pico bottom on this baby move right here. You can put your stop loss below here and just ride that thing. I mean, it's it's an amazing strategy. I really implore you guys to use it on your own. Check it out. If you guys liked this video, please comment below, subscribe to the channel, give us a like. It really motivates us to keep putting out these strategies for you. And also, guys, I want you to take advantage of investabot.ai using the link below in the description. Start making money today, guys. So this is a highly profitable strategy. I want you all to win today. So good night, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much for watching this video, and we will talk soon.